Welcome back to our class. Today we're going to be multiplying without regrouping 2 digits by 1 digit. Our learning objective for the lesson is I can multiply 2 digits by 1 digit without regrouping. So let's look at these problems. The first problem says, Haley buys 2 packs of 20 mints each. How many mints does she buy? Remember, to solve a problem, the first thing we have to do is focus on the question. How many mints does she buy? And then we're going to do a kind of representation. In this case, we're going to use the base 10 blocks. So this is going to be represent 1 pack of 20 mints each. And then we're going to add the second pack with another 20 mints each. Now, to solve this problem, we know that we have to put together these 2 packs. And we can do repeated addition. We could be 20 mints in 1 pack plus the 20 mints in the second pack. That is going to give us 40 mints in all. We can do the same using multiplication. We can represent it making the algorithm, which is going to be 20 times 2, which represents 2 groups of 20. When we multiply, the answer is going to be the same because we multiply 2 times 0 is 0, and 2 times 2 tenths is 4 tenths, which makes in total 40. Let's look at the second problem. The second problem says Jaden buys 2 cases of 200 mints each. How many mints does he have? Now we need to find out how many he has in these packs. So the first pack is going to have 200 mints. So this is going to be 1 pack, pack number 1. I'm going to here P for pack, stands for pack 1. And then let's get the second pack. Here it is. Now we have 2 packs. This is pack number 2. And it has 200 mints too. Now to solve this problem, what we have to do is to remember if this one has 200 and this one has 200, all together means we need to add them, which is going to be my repeated addition. I'm going to have 0 ones, 0 tens, and 400. So my answer is going to be 400. We can solve the same problem using multiplication. So we represent that we have that multiplication 200 times 2, or 2 groups of 200. When we multiply, we're going to have the same answer. 2 times 2 times 0 ones is 0 ones. 2 times 0 tens is 0 tens. And 2 times 200s is going to be 400s, which is going to be the answer to my problem. While solving the problems, maybe you notice a pattern. So let's put the multiplications with it. 20 times 2 is 40. 200 times 2 is 400. I'm going to add a new one. 2000 times 2 equals what? If you look for the pattern, if you're looking for a pattern, you're going to know that the answer is going to be 4,000. Basically, if you notice, we're repeating the zeros and we're multiplying the 2 digits that we have, the 2 times 2. Let's look at the same, but with a different multiplication. So what do you think is going to be 30 times 2? If you say 60, it's fine. What about 300 times 2? If you follow the pattern, you know the answer is going to be 600. And if we do 3,000 times 2, and if you keep following the pattern, you know it's going to be 6,000. Let's solve this problem. Julissa runs 32 kilometers every week. If she runs the same distance for 3 weeks, how many kilometers did she run in all? Well, the first thing we are going to do, remember, is to underline the question. How many kilometers did she run in all? And then we're going to take away the words that make the question. How many, and the auxiliary verb did. Now, using the words that are left, we're going to write our answer statement. So we'll have to use kilometers, did run in all, she run in all, to find the answer. So we start with the subject. The subject, the noun, is she. So she we know is Yulisa. So instead of she, I'm going to write Yulisa. Yulisa. Then I'm going to do the verb runs blank kilometers in all. Now that we have the answer statement, the next step is to underline the important information that is going to help us answer that question. And we're going to start representing the information using some based-on blocks. So the first one says, Julissa runs 32 kilometers. No? So we have 32 kilometers, but here it says every day. Then let's represent that with based-on blocks. 10, 20, and 30. Those are our tens. And then 2 ones. So we have here the 32 kilometers that she runs every week. Then we have another piece of information that says, if she runs the same distance for 3 weeks. Now we have to represent the 3 weeks. So far we know that this is going to be week 1. She runs this in 1 week. Then we have 3 weeks. So let's do week number 2. 10, 20, and 30 for week number 2, and 2 more. So in week 2, she runs 32 kilometers. And now let's represent week number 3. 10, 20, 32. This is week number 3. Now the question is asking us how many kilometers did she run in all? To answer this question, we know that we have to put all these kilometers together to find the answer. Now, to do that, we're going to join all the groups together, because that's what we're doing, putting them all together to find the answer. And the representation we're doing now, we have seen before. It's what we call the area model. So we're going to be working the area model to find the answer. To solve this problem, we are going to use an algorithm. An algorithm is a set of instructions or steps to solve a problem. So the first thing we need to notice is that we have 3 rows, 1, 2, and 3 rows, and that we have 32 columns. So when we multiply 3 times 32, that's going to give us the algorithm. So the algorithm is going to look like this: 32 times 3. Now, to make it easier, we have to make this algorithm a little bit more friendly. To help us understand the algorithm better, we're going to explain in more detail how to break down the problem. So 32, 10, 20, 32, we can represent the number in expanded form. So we can say that we have 3 10, which is 31s, plus 2 ones. So 30 plus 2 makes the 32 kilometers that Julissa runs. So we're going to make this algorithm here, which is 32 equals 30 plus 2. Now, those numbers are repeated 3 times. So 32 1 time, 32 2 times, and 32 3 times. So that's how we're going to multiply times 3. Now we're going to be multiplying by separate. We always start in the ones, so I'm going to separate the ones in a small area model and the tens in another area model here. And we're going to be working with those the way they are. So we're going to always start in the ones. So if you notice, this is a little area model that says 3 groups of 2. And we know the answer is going to be 6, 2, 4, and 6. We can count them 2, 4, and 6. So 3 times 2 is going to be 6 ones. And the same here, 3 times 2 is going to be 6 ones. the same thing, and we can see it here. Now for the next one, we're going to do now the tens. The second step is to do the tens. Now we know we have 3 tens. 3 tens is 31s. Or the value of 3 is 30. So we're going to do 3 times 30. And 3 times 30 is going to be 90. So to prove it, we're going to count them. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and 90. So 3 times 30 is going to be 90. Or we can do it like this. Because we're adding, we're going to put the addition symbol here, and we're going to say 3 times 0 is 0, and 3 times 3 is 9. So if you notice, now we have the numbers that we were saying, which is 90. So we have 90 plus 6 equals 96. And the same here when we add, because we're putting together the groups, we add the ones. 6 plus 0 is going to be 6 ones, and 9 plus no more tens, 9 tens plus no more tens is going to be 9 tens. So if you notice, the answer is going to be the same, 96 and 96. To prove our answer, we can do repeated addition, because remember, repeated addition is another form of multiplication. 32 plus 32 plus 32. Why? Because here it says 32 3 times. So we do 2 plus 2 plus 2 ones is 6 ones, and 3 tens plus 3 tens plus 3 tens is going to be 9 tens. So either way or any way we try to prove this, the answer is going to be the same. When we put together all the kilometers, we are going to have as an answer 96 kilometers. Now we can answer the question that we did at the beginning, which is telling us Yulisa runs 96 kilometers in all. We can solve the same problem using the virtual manipulative. So we're going to put the 32 kilometers that Julissa runs every day, and then we're going to put that she runs that 3 times, for 3 weeks. Now we're going to start by multiplying the ones. So we have 32 one time. We're going to start multiplying in the ones. So when I press the multiply symbol, it's going to repeat it 3 times. 1 time, 2 times, and 3 times. And when we put them together, 3 times 2 is going to be 6 ones. Now we're going to do the same. We're going to multiply 3 tens 3 times. So this is 1 time, 3 times 2 times, and 3 tens 3 times. When we put them all together, it's going to be 9. Why? Because 3 times 3 is going to be 9. Well, this is all for today, and before leaving, I want to leave you with this challenge. Solve this problem. Santiago drives 43 miles per day. If he drove for 2 consecutive days, how many miles did he drive? See you next time. Bye.